So my company, Intech, we've been doing a chili cook-off for the last 17 years. And this year I'm part of the planning committee on it. And I discovered that for the last 16 years, they have been writing in votes. And I don't know why they do this. We're an IT company. So it was discussed and decided that, hey, let's try and put it in Rewst. So that's what I did. I started off working on this right before App Platform was released. So the intention was just to do it all in a form and then have everybody use the form to submit the votes. And of course, then App Platform came out and I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. I can start working in an app platform. But I think it's pretty cool. We have two main categories: first overall, and then best name. And one of the first challenges I faced was, I didn't want to have to list the chili names 100 different times, for first place, second place. So how could I list them once and then use logic to remove those selected choices from each consecutive choice? So that was actually a lot easier than I thought, using options generators to handle that. I don't have my options generator pulled up. But yeah, this is the form as it sits right now. We're still trying to decide on a background. Of course, nobody can decide on that. But as we go through it, I can show you essentially what it's doing. Allows you to pick your first place from any of the chilies that we have in an org variable. And then the options generator takes that, looks at what was in first place, and then removes it. So you see the fuego flicker is not here. Essentially, the same thing happens again with second place. See, I removed it. Due to the limitations that I found, though, one thing that is possible is for somebody to then change second or first place to match whatever consecutive they want. So they could potentially vote for Magma Bubbler twice in a row. I'm open to suggestions on fixing that so it's not possible. But at the moment, it's just throws an error and it'll only count your first place vote. And then second or best name is exactly the same. You can go through and pick your 3 chilies that you like. And once it's done there, it comes over to this workflow and it just comes over here to the voting submission. It validates that you only voted once for first name or overall. And then it just takes that data and throws it in a SQL database that we have set up for this. At the end, when everybody has voted for me as their favorite chili, we have a separate form that just has a submit button that then runs a calculation, which has another SQL query that does a lot on the back end as far as counting individual votes and then analyzing those and correlating them. And it essentially just outputs every chili option that was voted for and how many of each vote that it had, and looks at that and says, this one, it has the most votes for first place name. And then we configure a message to send out to email that just lists that exact thing. Says, this is the first place overall, the chili name, and this was how many votes it got. So that's our out-of-the-box solution to a non-MSP problem, but what I consider a very real problem of still paper ballot voting in 2025.